The filming of Shane took place in the stunning landscapes of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, where the majestic blue-gray Grand Tetons provided a breathtaking backdrop. This 1953 Western film featured Alan Ladd, Jean Arthur, Van Heflin, and Brandon de Wilde, creating a memorable ensemble that contributed to its status as a timeless classic. The rich color cinematography beautifully captured the essence of the legendary frontier, immersing viewers in the rugged yet picturesque environment. The film's setting played a crucial role in enhancing the narrative, allowing the characters' struggles and triumphs to resonate against the grandeur of nature. The combination of the actors' performances and the striking visuals created a cinematic experience that has endured through the years, leaving a lasting impact on audiences. The story's themes of honor, conflict, and the quest for belonging are amplified by the stunning scenery, making Shane a significant work in the Western genre. The veteran producer and director George Stevens crafted a film that is often regarded as the second part of his American trilogy, nestled between A Place in the Sun from 1951 and Giant from 1956. This widescreen Technicolor masterpiece, Shane, weaves a rich tapestry of themes that resonate deeply with audiences. It presents a symbolic myth that explores the timeless struggle between good and evil. The narrative unfolds against the backdrop of the American frontier, where the advent of civilization brings families, law, and order into conflict with the untamed wilderness. In this setting, homesteaders strive to build a life while facing the threats posed by lawless gunslingers and cattlemen who roam the land. The film captures the intense land dispute between a determined homesteader and a powerful cattle baron, highlighting the clash of values and the fight for survival. Central to the story is the coming of age of a young boy who witnesses these conflicts and learns about bravery, honor, and the complexities of human nature. Through stunning visuals and compelling performances, Shane immerses viewers in a world where the ideals of justice and morality are constantly tested, leaving a lasting impact on all who experience it. Classic sequences in the film, Shane, create memorable moments that resonate with viewers. One such scene involves the uprooting of a stump in the yard, symbolizing the struggle between settlers and the forces that threaten their way of life. This act of strength and determination reflects the broader themes of the film. Another powerful moment is Tori's murder in a muddy street, which highlights the harsh realities of life in the Old West. The subsequent hilltop funeral serves as a poignant reminder of loss and the impact of violence on the community. The straightforward narrative unfolds primarily through the eyes of a young boy who is impressionable and eager to understand the world around him. He idolizes Shane, a mysterious gunslinger who appears seemingly out of nowhere. Shane embodies the qualities of a hero, yet he is a man without a past or a future, adding depth to his character. The boy's perspective allows the audience to experience the wonder and confusion of growing up in a world filled with both beauty and danger. The film captures the essence of heroism and the complexities of human nature through these classic sequences and the young hero's journey. The theme song of the film, The Call of the Fairway Hills, beautifully complements the story's backdrop, enhancing the emotional depth of the narrative. The movie, directed by George Stevens, was completed in 1951, but the editing process was so meticulous that it delayed the release until 1953. This rigorous editing not only refined the film, but also significantly increased its production costs. What was initially intended to be a straightforward Western spiraled into a financial challenge for Paramount Pictures. The studio even approached Howard Hughes to take over the property, but he initially declined. However, after viewing the rough cut of the film, he changed his mind and offered to buy it immediately. This pivotal moment led Paramount to reconsider its marketing strategy. Originally, Shane was set to be released as a B picture, but the studio decided to elevate it to one of their flagship films for the year. This strategic shift proved to be wise, as the film became a major success, easily recovering its inflated budget and solidifying its place in cinematic history. Initially, the director had a vision for the film Shane that included Montgomery Clift in the title role and William Holden as Joe Starrett. However, both actors chose to pursue other projects, which put the film in jeopardy. The situation became critical as the film was nearly abandoned due to the casting issues. In a moment of desperation, the director reached out to the studio head's wife, Frank Freeman, to inquire about available actors. Upon reviewing a list of actors under contract with the studio, the director quickly made decisions. Within minutes, he cast Alan Ladd as Shane, Van Heflin as Joe Starrett, and Jean Arthur as Marion Starrett. This swift casting decision ultimately shaped the film into a classic Western, showcasing the talents of these actors and their ability to bring the story to life. The chemistry among the cast contributed significantly to the film's success, making it a memorable piece of cinema history. Meticulous care was given at all levels of the production of the movie Shane. The filmmakers paid close attention to detail to ensure that everything was true to the period. All the physical props used in the film were authentic, reflecting the time in which the story is set. The buildings were constructed according to the specifications of that era, creating a believable backdrop for the characters and their struggles. The clothing worn by the actors was also completely authentic, helping to immerse the audience in the world of the Old West. The director took extra steps to enhance the film's realism by importing somewhat scrawny-looking cattle from other areas. This decision was made because the local herds appeared too well-fed and healthy, which would not have matched the harsh realities of frontier life. This attention to detail is really noticeable when viewing the film, as the cattle are so scrawny that you can see their bones sticking out everywhere. This level of authenticity contributes significantly to the overall impact of the film, making it a classic in the Western genre. The first gunshots in the film Shane are significant for their dramatic impact. When Shane shows Joey how to fire a revolver, the sound effects play a crucial role in enhancing the scene. To achieve a more powerful sound, the filmmakers fired the gun into a garbage pail. This technique created an echo that made the gunfire sound much louder than it would have otherwise. The director aimed to startle the audience with the initial firing of the gun, setting the tone for the tension and excitement that follows throughout the movie. The use of sound effects in this way not only captures the attention of viewers, but also immerses them in the action, making the experience more intense. The choice to amplify the gunshots reflects the filmmaker's understanding of how sound can influence emotions and perceptions in cinema. By carefully crafting these auditory elements, Shane effectively draws the audience into its world, making the moments of conflict and resolution resonate more deeply. The innovative approach to sound in this film showcases the importance of audio in storytelling, particularly in the Western genre. During the filming of the 1953 movie Shane, Jack Palance faced challenges with horse riding. At that time, he was not very familiar with riding horses, which made certain scenes difficult. One notable moment occurred when Shane and Jack first looked at each other at the start of the ranch scene. In this scene, Palance was supposed to dismount his horse for a brief moment, and then remount it. However, he struggled to get back on the horse, which created a problem for the filming schedule. To solve this issue, the director came up with a creative solution. Instead of having Palance remount the horse in real time, the director decided to film the dismount slowly, and then run the footage in reverse for the remount. This clever technique allowed the scene to flow smoothly without drawing attention to Palance's difficulties. The film's production team worked hard to ensure that the final product was seamless, despite the challenges faced during filming. The result was a classic Western that showcased not only the story, but also the dedication of the cast and crew. In the funeral scene of the movie Shane, a powerful moment unfolds that showcases the emotional depth of the film. The scene features a dog that consistently refuses to look into the grave, which adds a layer of tension and realism. To solve this issue, director George Stevens made a creative decision. He had the dog's trainer lie down at the bottom of the grave, allowing the dog to play its part perfectly. This clever approach ensured that the scene conveyed the intended emotions without any distractions. As the coffin, loaded with rocks for the appropriate effect, was lowered into the grave, the atmosphere became increasingly poignant. The harmonica player began to play Dixie, and the scene came together beautifully. The music, combined with the visuals, created a heartfelt moment that resonated deeply with the crew. They were so moved by the emotional weight of the scene that they began shoveling dirt into the grave, momentarily forgetting that the dog's trainer was still down there. This blend of creativity, emotion, and a touch of humor in the filmmaking process highlights the dedication of everyone involved in bringing this memorable scene to life. In the climactic showdown scene of the 1953 movie Shane, the gun twirling performed by Shane is a memorable moment that showcases both skill and tension. This scene is particularly striking as it highlights Shane's character and his ability to handle a firearm with finesse. The fancy gun twirling is not just a display of bravado, it serves to build suspense and demonstrate Shane's confidence in a dangerous situation. Interestingly, while the impressive twirling is attributed to Shane, it was actually performed by Rod Redwing, a skilled stuntman known for his expertise in gun handling. Earlier in the film, when Shane demonstrates his prowess for Joey, it is clearly Alan Ladd, the actor portraying Shane, who is on camera. For this specific scene, Ladd was given a different revolver that was easier to use, allowing him to focus on his performance without the added pressure of handling a more complex weapon. This choice contributed to the authenticity of the moment, making it a standout in the film. The combination of Ladd's acting and Red Wing's stunt work created a powerful visual that remains iconic in cinema history. The scene encapsulates the themes of heroism and the struggle between good and evil, making it a pivotal point in the narrative. The careful choreography of the gun twirling adds to the overall impact of the showdown, leaving a lasting impression on the audience. The craftsmanship behind this moment reflects the dedication of the filmmakers to create a compelling and memorable experience. The blend of acting and stunt work in Shane exemplifies the artistry of classic westerns, where every detail contributes to the storytelling. The gun twirling scene stands as a testament to the film's legacy and its influence on the genre. In the movie Shane, Alan Ladd's height became a notable aspect of the film's production. Ladd, standing at around 5 feet 6 inches, was considered short for a Hollywood star, especially when compared to his co-star Ben Johnson, who towered at 6 feet 2 inches. This height difference posed challenges during filming, particularly in barroom scenes where the two actors shared the screen. To create the illusion of equal height, Ladd often had to stand on risers during medium or close-up shots. Observant viewers can spot the subtle signs of this technique. In several face-to-face shots, Ladd and Johnson's heads appear even, yet Ladd's belt buckle is noticeably higher than Johnson's, indicating the use of risers. Additionally, there is a moment in the film where one of the risers is briefly visible. This occurs when the character Pete expresses his superstitions and stands up from the table, revealing an embankment along the floor next to the bar. Such details highlight the lengths filmmakers go to in order to maintain visual continuity and storytelling, even when faced with challenges like height differences among actors. The clever use of risers allowed Ladd to perform alongside taller actors without drawing attention to the disparity, ensuring that the focus remained on the story and characters. The film's attention to detail in this regard contributes to its lasting impact and the memorable performances of its cast. During the production of the movie Shane, Jean Arthur's strong commitment to animal rights became a significant aspect of the filming process. Arthur was known for her deep compassion for animals, which led to a notable incident when a piglet on set fell ill. The production was halted as Arthur insisted that the sick piglet be taken to a veterinarian hospital for treatment. Her dedication to the well-being of the animal showcased her values and highlighted the importance of treating animals with care and respect. Unfortunately, the piglet did not survive, but the production team, concerned about Arthur's potential reaction to the news, decided to keep this information from her. They replaced the deceased piglet with another animal that looked very similar, hoping to avoid any distress for the actress. This decision reflected the challenges faced in balancing the demands of filmmaking with ethical considerations regarding animal welfare. Arthur's actions during this time underscored her role as a pioneer in advocating for animal rights within the entertainment industry, demonstrating how individual values can influence larger practices in film production. In the film Shane, Alan Ladd stars as the titular character, while Brandon DeWilde plays the young boy Joey. At the time of the movie's release in 1953, Brandon DeWilde was one of the most sought-after young talents in Hollywood. His performance in Shane showcased his remarkable acting skills and captured the hearts of audiences. However, as he grew older, the pressures of fame began to weigh heavily on him. Like many young actors, he struggled to cope with the demands of Hollywood, which led him to turn to drugs as a means of escape. This choice ultimately took a toll on his career, causing him to fade from the spotlight. Despite these challenges, Brandon found a path to recovery and returned to the stage, where he rediscovered his passion for acting. He embraced this new chapter in his life with enthusiasm and even remarried. Tragically, on July 6, 1972, while in Colorado for a stage production in Denver, his life was cut short in a traffic accident. He was driving a camper van alone and was not wearing a seatbelt when the vehicle left the roadway, struck a guardrail, and collided with a parked truck. The van rolled over, pinning him beneath the wreckage. He was rushed to the hospital, but succumbed to his injuries later that evening, passing away at the young age of 30. Shane, the iconic film from 1953, features Alan Ladd in the title role, a character that embodies the struggles and complexities of a man seeking redemption. Ladd, known as Hollywood's golden boy, had a striking appearance with his strawberry blonde hair and charming smile, which he skillfully turned into a smooth persona. However, his life was marked by deep tragedy. In 1937, a devastating event occurred when his mother, in a moment of despair, asked to borrow money from him. She then went into a drugstore, purchased poison, and tragically took her own life in the back seat of his car. This traumatic experience led Ladd to turn to alcohol as a means of coping with his pain. In November 1962, Ladd was found unconscious with a bullet wound near his heart. He claimed that he had heard a prowler, grabbed a gun, and accidentally shot himself. While this was the official story accepted by the police, many believed it was an attempt to end his life. Tragically, in January 1964, he was discovered dead by his butler in his Palm Springs home. The cause was an acute overdose of alcohol, barbiturates, and tranquilizers, and his death was ruled accidental. At just 50 years old, Ladd's life ended, leaving behind a legacy intertwined with both his cinematic achievements and personal struggles. The 1953 film Shane stands as a quintessential example of the Western genre, celebrated for its thrilling narrative, emotional depth, and striking cinematography. Directed by George Stevens, the film tells the story of a gunfighter, Shane, who seeks to leave his violent past behind, but is drawn back into conflict to protect a group of homesteaders from a menacing cattle baron. This simple yet powerful plot resonates with audiences, showcasing themes of heroism, sacrifice, and the struggle between good and evil. Alan Ladd delivers a remarkable performance as Shane, embodying the character's complexity as a reluctant hero. His portrayal is often noted for rising above his typical roles, capturing the internal conflict of a man torn between his desire for peace and the call to action. The supporting cast, including Jean Arthur, Van Heflin, and Brandon D. Wilda, also contributes significantly to the film's impact, with each actor bringing depth to their respective roles. Notably, Ben Johnson's character, a ranch hand who initially opposes Shane, adds layers to the narrative by ultimately warning him of impending danger, which leads to the film's dramatic climax. Visually, Shane is a feast for the eyes, with breathtaking landscapes that enhance the storytelling. The cinematography beautifully captures the rugged terrain of the American West, immersing viewers in the setting. Complementing the visuals is Victor Young's film score, which has been praised for its emotional resonance and ability to elevate key moments throughout the film. However, while Shane is often lauded as a classic, some critiques point to the film's villain as a weak point. The antagonist, while menacing, lacks the depth and memorability that could have made the conflict more compelling. This aspect has led to a mixed reception regarding the film's overall tension, as a more formidable villain might have heightened the stakes and enriched the narrative. Despite this criticism, Shane remains a landmark in cinema, not just as a great Western, but as a great film overall. Its ability to blend thrilling action with profound emotional moments has solidified its status in film history. The film's exploration of the hero's journey, combined with its stunning visuals and strong performances, ensures that it continues to resonate with audiences today. In conclusion, Shane is a masterful blend of storytelling, character development, and visual artistry, making it a must-see for both Western enthusiasts and general audiences alike. Its iconic status is well-deserved, and it stands as a testament to the enduring appeal of the Western genre. As we conclude our exploration of the classic film Shane, a story that has captivated audiences for decades, we invite you to delve deeper into the lives of the remarkable cast who brought this tale to life. What became of the talented actors who portrayed the unforgettable characters in this iconic Western? Their journeys after the film are filled with fascinating twists and turns, revealing the challenges and triumphs they faced in their careers and personal lives. From the leading man who embodied the heroic spirit to the young boy who captured hearts, each story is unique and compelling. Discover how these actors navigated the changing landscape of Hollywood and what legacy they left behind. This bonus segment promises to unveil surprising details and insights that will enhance your appreciation of Shane and its enduring impact. Stay tuned as we uncover the stories that lie beyond the screen, revealing the human experiences that shaped these stars. Ellen Corby portrayed Mistress Liz Torrey in the 1953 film Shane, a role that showcased her ability to convey deep emotional strength and resilience. Her character, a supportive yet troubled wife, added layers to the film's narrative, highlighting the struggles of frontier life. Corby's performance was marked by a quiet intensity, making her a memorable presence in a film filled with strong male characters. After Shane, Corby continued to act, gaining fame for her role as Grandma Esther in the television series The Waltons. This role brought her 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, solidifying her status in Hollywood. However, Corby's life was not without challenges. In 1977, she suffered a stroke that left her partially paralyzed, forcing her to take a break from acting. Despite this setback, she made a remarkable recovery and returned to television, demonstrating her resilience. Corby faced personal hardships, including the loss of her husband, which deeply affected her. In her later years, she remained out of the public eye, with little known about her personal life. The last known information indicates she passed away in 1999, leaving behind a legacy of strong performances and a life marked by both triumph and adversity. Elisha Cook Jr. portrayed the character Stonewall Tory in the 1953 film Shane, a role that showcased his ability to embody complex, often troubled characters. Tory is a menacing figure, representing the darker side of the Old West, and Cook's performance left a lasting impression on audiences. His portrayal added depth to the film, highlighting the moral ambiguities of the time. Cook's career spanned several decades, with notable roles in films like The Maltese Falcon and television series such as The Twilight Zone. However, his life was marked by personal struggles. He faced significant hardships, including battles with alcoholism, which affected both his career and personal relationships. Cook's tumultuous life included a tumultuous marriage to actress and singer, who he married in 1943 but later divorced. In his later years, he became somewhat reclusive, living away from the public eye. The last known information about Cook indicates he passed away in 1995, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances and a life filled with both triumphs and challenges. Ben Johnson played the role of Chris Calloway in the 1953 film Shane, a character that embodied the struggles of a man caught between the forces of good and evil in the Old West. Johnson's performance was marked by a quiet intensity, showcasing his ability to convey deep emotions with subtle gestures. His portrayal added a layer of complexity to the film, making Chris a memorable figure in the classic Western genre. After Shane, Johnson's career flourished, earning him an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role in The Last Picture Show in 1971. However, his life was not without turmoil. Johnson faced personal hardships, including a tumultuous marriage that ended in divorce. He was also involved in a serious car accident in the 1980s that left him with lasting injuries. Despite these challenges, he remained a respected figure in Hollywood. The last known information about Johnson indicates that he passed away in 1996, leaving behind a legacy of powerful performances and a life marked by both triumph and tragedy. Edgar Buchanan portrayed Fred Lewis in the 1953 film Shane, a character that stands out as a symbol of the struggles faced by settlers in the American West. Fred is a hard-working rancher who embodies resilience and determination, yet he is also a man caught in the violent conflicts of the era. Buchanan's performance adds depth to the character, showcasing the emotional toll of the harsh realities of frontier life. After Shane, Buchanan continued to act in various films and television shows, becoming known for his roles in westerns and comedies. His career flourished, but it was not without personal challenges. Buchanan faced hardships, including the loss of his first wife, which deeply affected him. He also dealt with health issues later in life, including a battle with cancer. Despite these struggles, he remained active in the industry until his passing in 1979. The last known information about him highlights his legacy as a beloved character actor, remembered for his contributions to film and television. Nancy Culp is best known for her role as Miss Jane Hathaway in the television series The Beverly Hillbillies, but her earlier work in the 1953 film Shane as Mistress Howells is often overlooked. In Shane, Culp portrayed a supportive yet complex character, embodying the struggles of a woman caught in the turmoil of the American West. Her performance added depth to the film, showcasing her ability to convey emotion and resilience in a challenging environment. After Shane, Culp's career flourished in television, but her life was not without hardship. She faced personal challenges, including a tumultuous marriage to actor and director John Culp, which ended in divorce. This period was marked by financial struggles and a battle with depression, which she openly discussed later in life. Culp also faced scrutiny for her political beliefs, particularly her support for the Democratic Party, which led to backlash during the Red Scare. In her later years, Culp became a prominent figure in the community, advocating for education and women's rights. She remained active in acting until her health declined. Nancy Culp passed away in 1991, leaving behind a legacy of strong performances and a life marked by both triumph and adversity. The last known information about her indicates that she was remembered fondly by fans and colleagues alike, reflecting on her contributions to film and television. Jack Palance's portrayal of Jack Wilson in the 1953 film Shane is a chilling embodiment of villainy. His character, a ruthless gunman, stands as a stark contrast to the film's hero, showcasing Palance's ability to evoke fear and tension. His performance is marked by a cold, menacing demeanor that leaves a lasting impression, making Wilson one of the most memorable antagonists in Western cinema. This role catapulted Palance into the spotlight, establishing him as a formidable presence in Hollywood. After Shane, Palance's career flourished, with notable performances in films like City Slickers, for which he won an Academy Award. However, his life was not without turmoil. He faced personal hardships, including a tumultuous marriage to actress Virginia Baker, which ended in divorce. Palance also struggled with depression, and had a reputation for being difficult to work with, leading to a series of ups and downs in his career. In the late 1980s, he faced a near-fatal plane crash that left him with severe injuries. Yet he returned to acting, showcasing his resilience. In his later years, Palance embraced a quieter life, often reflecting on his past. He passed away in 2006, leaving behind a legacy marked by both triumph and tragedy. His life story is a testament to the complexities of fame, revealing the shadows that often accompany success. As of now, his contributions to film continue to be celebrated, and his performances remain influential in the industry. Brandon D. Wilda portrayed Joey Starrett in the 1953 film Shane, a role that marked a significant moment in his career. His performance as the young boy who idolizes the gunfighter Shane showcased his talent and emotional depth, earning him critical acclaim. D. Wilda's portrayal captured the innocence and vulnerability of youth, making Joey a memorable character in cinematic history. Following Shane, D. Wilda's career continued with notable roles in films like The Member of the Wedding and HUD, but he struggled to find consistent success in Hollywood. His personal life was marked by challenges. D. Wilda faced the pressures of early fame, which led to a tumultuous existence. He experienced a troubled marriage to actress Mary Murphy, which ended in divorce. His life took a darker turn with a series of personal struggles, including battles with depression and substance abuse. In 1972, D. Wilda's life was tragically cut short when he died in a car accident at the age of 30. His legacy remains, but the details of his later years are shrouded in mystery, leaving a haunting reminder of a talent lost too soon. David Ladd played the role of Little Boy in the 1953 film Shane, a character that captured the innocence of childhood amidst the harsh realities of the Old West. His performance was notable for its emotional depth, showcasing a bond with the film's protagonist, Shane, portrayed by Alan Ladd, who was also David's father. This role marked a significant moment in David's early career, establishing him as a promising young actor. After Shane, David Ladd's career continued in film and television, but he struggled to find roles that matched the impact of his debut. He faced challenges in transitioning from child star to adult actor, leading to a decline in his acting opportunities. His personal life was marked by turmoil, including a tumultuous marriage to actress and model, and later, a series of personal struggles that included battles with addiction. Scandals surrounding his private life often overshadowed his professional achievements, leading to a complex public image. In recent years, information about David Ladd has become scarce, with little known about his current activities or well-being. The last known updates suggest he has distanced himself from the public eye, living a life away from the spotlight. The mystery surrounding his later years adds a somber note to the legacy of a child actor who once shone brightly in Hollywood. Alan Ladd's portrayal of Shane in the 1953 film is a defining moment in his career, showcasing his ability to embody a complex character marked by both strength and vulnerability. Ladd's performance captured the essence of a weary gunslinger seeking redemption, resonating deeply with audiences. His physical presence and quiet intensity made Shane a memorable figure in Western cinema. Following the success of Shane, Ladd's career faced ups and downs. He starred in several films, but none matched the iconic status of Shane. His personal life was marred by struggles, including battles with alcoholism and depression. Ladd's marriage to actress Sue Carroll was tumultuous, and they faced challenges in their family life, including the tragic death of their son, which deeply affected him. In the late 1960s, Ladd's health declined, and he became increasingly reclusive. He passed away in 1964 under mysterious circumstances, with some speculating it was due to an overdose. His legacy endures through his films, but the shadows of his personal struggles linger. Last known information suggests that Ladd's influence continues to be felt in Hollywood, with ongoing discussions about his impact on the genre. Beverly Washburn played Ruth Lewis in the 1953 film Shane, a role that showcased her talent as a young actress. Ruth is a pivotal character, representing innocence amidst the film's violent backdrop. Washburn's performance captured the audience's attention, making her a memorable part of this classic Western. After Shane, Washburn's career continued with various roles in television and film, including appearances in popular series like The Twilight Zone and The Addams Family. However, her journey was not without challenges. Washburn faced the harsh realities of Hollywood, including typecasting and the struggle to find substantial roles as she aged. In her personal life, she encountered hardships, including a tumultuous marriage that ended in divorce. Washburn also dealt with the pressures of fame, which led to periods of isolation and reflection. Despite these struggles, she remained resilient, continuing to work in the industry and eventually transitioning to behind-the-scenes roles. The last known information about Beverly Washburn indicates that she has largely stepped back from the public eye, living a quieter life away from the spotlight. Her legacy as Ruth Lewis endures, a haunting reminder of the complexities of fame and the shadows that often accompany it. Jean Arthur portrayed Marion Sterrett in the 1953 film Shane, a role that showcased her ability to embody strength and vulnerability. Marion is a devoted wife and mother caught in the turmoil of a violent conflict between settlers and cattlemen. Arthur's performance added depth to the character, making her a symbol of resilience in a harsh landscape. After Shane, Arthur's career began to wane. She faced challenges in adapting to the changing film industry, which increasingly favored younger stars. Personal hardships marked her life, including a tumultuous marriage to actor Frank Ross, which ended in divorce. Arthur struggled with depression and anxiety, often retreating from the public eye. Scandals surrounded her, including rumors of affairs and conflicts with studio executives, which contributed to her withdrawal from Hollywood. In her later years, she found solace in teaching acting, sharing her knowledge with aspiring performers. The last known information about her indicates she lived a quiet life until her passing in 1991, leaving behind a legacy of complex characters and a mysterious personal life. Van Heflin portrayed Joe Sterrett in the 1953 film Shane, a role that showcased his ability to embody the struggles of a hardworking rancher facing external threats. Sterrett is a man of integrity, fighting to protect his family and land from ruthless forces. Heflin's performance captured the essence of a man torn between his responsibilities and the violent world around him, making the character memorable in the Western genre. After Shane, Heflin's career continued with notable performances in films like 1954's The Raid and 1955's The Prowler. However, his personal life was marked by challenges. He faced financial difficulties and battled alcoholism, which affected his relationships and career trajectory. Heflin's marriage to actress Frances E. Flynn ended in divorce, adding to his struggles. In later years, he found some stability in television roles, but his health declined. He passed away in 1971, leaving behind a legacy of complex characters. The last known information about him highlights his enduring impact on film, despite the shadows of his personal battles. Shane, released in 1953, remains a timeless classic that has touched the hearts of many. The film's powerful story of a gunslinger seeking redemption and the struggles of a family on the frontier resonates deeply. The performances of Alan Ladd, Jean Arthur, and Van Heflin brought the characters to life, creating memorable moments that have stayed with audiences for decades. As we reflect on the impact of Shane, it is clear that the film not only shaped the careers of its stars, but also left a lasting mark on the Western genre. Many viewers may recall watching this film during their childhood, feeling the tension of the final showdown or the warmth of the family bond. What memories do you have connected to Shane? Did it inspire you or evoke strong feelings? We invite you to share your stories in the comments below. Your experiences and reflections can help keep the spirit of this classic alive for future generations.